2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, they're not going in the direction they'd like to be going at this point of the season. They've started to fade, maybe some fatigue setting in now as the schedule becomes a little more strenuous. One thing we're seeing, Kenny, certain teams that started off hot are now falling by the wayside.
Man, that happens every year, Arnie. This is nothing new. No surprise. Everyone does it. The league catches up to them at some point.
You know, after teams adjust to you, you have to adjust back. If you can't, shows you weren't all that to begin with.
Very true, very true. Here's Kevin Harlan as we get ready for the tip.
The New Orleans riverfront gleaming brightly along the Mississippi here tonight. Hi everyone, time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the New Orleans Pelicans here at their home, the Smoothie King Center. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sidelines. And here's a look at some numbers for Williamson.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." And Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. You know, for a while, Smitty, there was some talk of eliminating conferences altogether. But the East has begun to turn things around. It's starting to emerge again.
You know, Kevin, me and you have been around a long time. It's going to always flip-flop back and forth. It was the East and it was the West. And I think right now the East right now is turning that corner. In a couple of years, it will probably be the dominant conference. I like the way it is. I don't want to see them eliminate conferences.
I agree. Good point. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Davis is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. And for New Orleans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Wall and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the 5. Now, here's Mitchell, hoping to put that miserable performance against Brooklyn behind him tonight. Williamson with it. Gobert on him. New Orleans moving the ball around. Favors. Gobert pulls it in. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against the Pistons in Detroit.
What I love about Conley, he always gives this team exactly what it needs. This time, finishing in transition.
Now, here's Ball. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. Pass to Holiday. Stolen by Mitchell, and the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
And so Gobert will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Now here's Williamson. Yep, it counts.
The defense seized up just a little bit there, and it cost him dearly.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Conley with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Brooklyn.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Mitchell outside. Takes a three. The shot, no good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Mitchell against Holiday. Mitchell outside. Pass to Bogdanovich. Wide open look. They get it back. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Rudy wanted it more than anyone else. He's going to be around for a long time. Look forward to watching him.
Pass to Holiday. Favors with the ball. Covered by Mitchell. From short range. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. He shoots again, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Ingram against Bogdanovich. Conley with the three. And it's slammed in by Davis. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Conley against Ball. Outside Holiday. Beyond the arc. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This is the versatility we talk about with Drew. Able to beat you with the drives and from distance.
Utah leading. Conley dishes to Gobert. Now the pass to Bogdanovich. And here is Conley. It's deflected.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
Now here's Ingram. Following the miss by Michael Conley. Here's Holiday. A beautiful reverse layup. Holiday's got 5 points so far.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Here is Conley. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Bogdanovich looking around. Back to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Just 5 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now Ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Ingram kicks to Holiday. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
One of the better defenders in the league. Drew Holiday embraces the challenge.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with this free throw percentage up over 80.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And defending the top scorers in the league is no picnic. But Drew Holiday says it's fun for him.
That's what he grew up on. He comes from a basketball family. Defense was a topic of conversation at the dinner table.
All free throws good from Drew Holiday.
An all-star, a leader, Drew Holiday can be counted on night in and night out to make a difference.
to the inside. Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Pelicans trail. Here's Ball. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Baseline J on the way, and that one's good by Favors.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Here is Davis. Derek Favors making his last shot. And no good that time. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. Utah the foul.
2 shots.
And we're not used to seeing a big man like Williamson move like this. Puts defenders in a bind. And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Shoot 2.
And he can't get the first one. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Now, here's Ball, following the shot by Ed Davis. They get the rebound. Williamson, the pass to Favors. New Orleans moving it around. Back to Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Jazz trail by 4. And here is Conley. He dishes it to Gobert. Back to Conley. A floater, and the rejection by Favors.
What perfect timing on that play. Derek Favors, an outstanding shot blocker.
Holiday gets the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Conley. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 9. Here's Williamson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And now an 8-point Pelican lead. Now here's Conley. He kicks it to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Ingram with the steal. And now the Pelicans on the break. Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing. And look at the elevation.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Smitty, we're seeing preseason and even regular season games take place overseas on foreign soil. Would you have enjoyed that when you were playing?
Yeah, for sure, Kevin. I know the travel is an added challenge, and at the same time, you appreciate where the game takes you. It is definitely growing globally, going places you might otherwise never experience, especially in a basketball setting.
So for the Pelicans, E'Twaun Moore is checked in for Ingram, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ball. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. George Niang, he's checked in for Davis. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Bogdanovich. Williams Goss, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Jazz trail by 13. Moutier kicks to Niang. Moutier against Redick. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the Pelicans under head coach Alvin Gentry, a team that looks to get out and run.
Reason why, GA, he was an assistant under Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix when the pace and space trend was just getting started. Also on the bench for the Warriors, and we know how they like to get up and down. That up-tempo style is what he preaches.
No good on that one.
They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
No good on the second free throw. Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facility.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Niang passes to Clarkson. They need this. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
With that 7'8" wingspan, anytime Gobert gets the ball near the rim, this is what you expect.
To the right side. No one near Williamson as he lets it go. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Williamson's got 9. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Jazz. It's a 13-point game. It's rebounded by Derek Favors.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down. And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
Good on the second free throw.
And this is Alvin Gentry's 4th stop as an NBA head coach. He's been working as an NBA assistant, get this, since 1988.
Over 3 decades in this league. A decade coaching in college. Worked for and with so many legendary coaches. He's seen it all.
Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 5 assists tonight.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Now here's Moutier. No points in the game yet for him. To the paint. Here's Niang. And the shot goes in.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now here is Holiday. He's guarded closely. Williamson with it. 20 points for him last game against Detroit.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Pass to Clarkson. Back to Moutier. To the middle. Here's Niang. And he gets it to go. Niang's got his second basket of the night.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Okafor is checked in for Favors. Hayes comes in for Williamson. And it's Josh Hart in for Drew Holiday. Here's Moutier. Second shot opportunity. The shot misses. Now New Orleans will take it the other way.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Hart the pass to Hayes. Moore against Clarkson. 5 on the clock. Moore dishes to Hayes. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Jazz trail by 12. Puts it up. A shot by Clarkson, no good.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Moore passes to Okafor. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Williams-Goss. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Pelicans leading by 10. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the first. To the paint. Low block shot on the way, and that one is good. And the Pelicans lead by 12.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Now Clarkson, he's still scoreless so far in this one. And Okafor with the block. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And we'll be back with you shortly. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the appreciation of his players, including Rudy Gobert.
We're very lucky to have a coach like that. He really takes everything, with heart, and he wants us to be the best defensive team in the league, as I do. And I think when the coach and the players are on the same page, usually, good things happen.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Pelicans here, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Okafor. J.J. Redick is out there with Hart. Then there's Etuan Moore, and it's Hayes in at the 4. And so it's New Orleans with it. At one point, they led by 16. Moutier against Redick. He's looking for Hayes and finds him. Pass to Hart for the 3. But they'll get another chance. Fades. The rebound by the Jazz. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
A rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Moutier passes to Brantley. Over Okafor. Okafor Grabs the miss. New Orleans leading by 12. Here's Moore. Banked in off the glass. Moore's got 5.
What each one more lacks in size, he makes up for in smarts. Good read, good finish.
And the Jazz with possession here. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the basket is good.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Here's Redick following the basket by Emmanuel Mudiay. Redick passes to Moore. Down low. 7-foot shot. Hayes. The shot's good. Hayes has got 4 points in the quarter.
He has a score-first mindset. Each one plays with a lot of poise, and that buys him time to find an open man.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing. And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
He's a classic overachiever. Each one lacks some explosion, but he plays hard.
Jazz trail by 16. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The three. That shot off. And it's Utah the other way.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Williams Goss the pass to Bradley. Clarkson on the wing. Shot clock at 5. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Here's Okafor. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And so it's Mudiay with it. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 18. And the Jazz call time here.
And perimeter shooting never more valuable. And that's been J.J. Redick's M.O. all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
New Orleans making some changes here. Brandon Ingram comes in for each one more. And it's Lonzo Ball in for J.J. Redick. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Now here's Conley. Kicks it to Mitchell. The pass to Davis. And it goes down 2 points. Davis has got 6 points. And in today's game, if you don't have floor spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Redick, one of those you don't leave for a moment.
Now Conley, after Brandon Ingram missing on that last three-pointer. Conley against Ball. Passes to Mitchell. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Hayes. Pelicans leading by 16. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Hey, Steve, if your team is holding on to a narrow lead, which player do you want defending that last shot of the game?
I would say Kawhi Leonard, Giannis because of his length, Paul George, Draymond Green, and I really love Klay Thompson. Not that he's going to block the shot, but he always stays in position.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And you think of the resiliency of New Orleans. It feeds into the ethos of their sports teams, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Certainly the Pelicans have had their challenges too. Injuries, turnover, and leadership. You can't give up, though. I think that's something this organization and the fans can relate to.
New Orleans leading by 18. Pass the ball. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bradley finds Conley. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Hart. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Here is Conley. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at the Rockets. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
I think for New Orleans, they finally found some answers to their early season woes. I like the way they're playing right now. Suddenly, there's optimism surrounding this team. And Smitty, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been middle of the pack offensively. How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they can be a top 10 offense. The two things that have held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for the Jazz. Good on both.
And didn't shoot it all that well from the line in the first quarter. Doing a much better job now in the second, up over 80%.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. Ingram against Bogdanovich. Gobert. Davis dishes to Gobert. That shot is off. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Donovan Mitchell. 11th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. No good on the free throw. NBA gets headlines daily. You know it does, Smitty? Around the calendar, there's no off season, but does the added scrutiny put more pressure, you think, on the players?
Yeah, I think it does. I think now you look at it, everybody wants to see what you're doing in the off season and 24/7. You look at it right now, everybody has a camera phone and everybody is looking for the stars, what they're doing off the court.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Utah. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Mitchell finds Conley. Poked loose. 6 to shoot. Here's Gobert. That one's off. Still out of sync.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Here's Williamson. Pass the ball. Here's Hart. He's got 7. Here's Hayes. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one. Utah calls timeout. Well, it was only a short stay in L.A. for Lonzo Ball, traded this past summer as part of the Anthony Davis deal.
And getting out of L.A. might be the best thing for him. Still a great defender and playmaker. His best years, without a doubt, could be ahead of him here in New Orleans.
Derek Favors checked in for the Pelicans. Holiday comes in for Josh Hart. Utah's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Conley kicks to Bogdanovich. Pelicans pull it in. Favors has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Now here's Conley. He kicks to Gobert. Mitchell with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
Well, you look at Williamson. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
The Pelicans shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting on all cylinders. Ball, the pass to Williamson. Favors trying to break free and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Williamson. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
Now here's Conley. Great D that time from Favors.
He has gone ice cold this quarter. obviously not helping their cause.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
And the first one at the line is good. Steve, we've heard Commissioner Adam Silver broach the idea of a mid-season tournament. How that would be structured, I don't know. But do you think that could possibly work?
You know, I think it's a possibility, Kevin. One, I think you definitely have to have the season shortened to 75 games, 68 games. I think you have to do it on the back end of the All-Star break because we know so much as far as the calendar. When can you fit this in? Maybe 3 or 4 days after the All-Star game during that week. Expand that time off of maybe 3 or 4 days. It's possible.
Stolen by Ball. Here's Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
Already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for Utah. And the pass to Gobert. Back to Conley. Passes it to Mitchell. Over Holiday. Offensive rebound. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 8 points.
That's just too easy. Defensively, you want to prevent Gobert from getting the ball that deep.
Ball, the pass to Holiday. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Conley with a wide open look. Utah the rebound.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more. And they really haven't made much of an impact on the offensive glass here in the second quarter. There's been a significant drop-off in that area.
The Jazz shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. A free throw drops for Gobert. And the 7-foot Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, the former Defensive Player of the Year.
They call him the Stifle Tower. He's the anchor, the foundation of this team. He changes the complexion of the game when he occupies the paint.
Moutier, he's checked in for the Jazz. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
A defense unto himself. Rudy Gobert regarded by his team as the Utah Jazz version of Bill Russell.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And Smitty, the standing reach of Gobert, 9 foot 7 inches. He's around the rim before he leaves his feet.
Yes, Kevin, the most efficient shots in basketball are dunks and layups, and he makes them hard to come by.
1 shot.
On the free throw, no good.
The Pelicans tried to build a contender around Anthony Davis. They're hoping this go around with Zion Williamson, they'll be able to create a more complete team. I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
Basket good. And it's 8 points for Brandon Ingram.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Ingram's gone 50% shooting tonight, firing away 4 of 8. And Steve, with the Anthony Davis trade completed, a new look for the Pelicans.
Yes, plan A, Kevin, was to make it work with Anthony Davis. Instead, they have acquired a lot of young talent, a ton of it. In time, they'll become a team, in my opinion, to be reckoned with.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency, but players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices, and some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And the Pelicans making a change here. Redick is checked in. Utah also making some changes. George Niang comes in for Davis, and Williams-Goss subbed in for Bogdanovich. Redick against Moutier. Redick dishes to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Favors trying to break free, and it's Ingram missing. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor, so they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Zion Williamson was on fire in the first half. He had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, it'd be a different story. But if was a fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Zion Williamson, guys. In this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Gobert is out there with Davis. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovich. Then it's Conley, and it's Clarkson in at the 2. Now here's Williamson. Over Davis, and that one's good. Williamson's got 18 points.
And the offensive skill set Williamson has off the charts. And the scary thing is, guys, he's only going to keep getting better.
Here's Clarkson. Pass to Gobert. And it's blocked. Holiday, the pass to Williamson. Out to Ingram, over Bogdanovich, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Jazz making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Conley finds Davis. Nice ball movement by Utah. Bogdanovich wide open. Sinks the three-pointer. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Good job by Mitchell, trusting his teammates, and in turn, that's going to open up opportunities for him.
Williamson, the pass to Favors. Williamson with it. Davis is there. And it's Williamson missing.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
And it's Mitchell missing.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
It's Ingram on the wing. Looking to get back on track here. He lays it in. He's got 10.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
High post, Gobert. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Mitchell passes to Gobert. And it's in there. Gobert's got 11 points.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Smitty, Snyder also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
The hands of Gobert are consistently moving, which is why he comes up with these steals.
Inside, here's Holiday. He can't get that one. Good D by Mitchell. Jazz have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Conley finds Davis. And here is Mitchell. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
He's a great defender. He's improved his scoring. Rudy Gobert has put a lot of work into his body and game.
Okafor is checked in for Derek Favors. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. To the inside, it's stolen by Gobert. Mitchell looking it over. Pass to Gobert. Now here's Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Okafor against Bogdanovich. But they get it back. Tries again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a moment now to check out who the Pelicans have coming up. On Saturday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Monday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And the matchup against the Nuggets, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
So for the Pelicans, Hayes, he's checked in for Williamson. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Brandon Ingram. Bradley's checked in for Utah. And Gobert drops them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Double team on Holiday. Down low. It's stolen by Gobert. Mitchell left side. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Mitchell's got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Double team on Holiday. Back to Ball. They need this one. And he converts the layup. Ball's got his second bucket tonight.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint.
Conley up top from 12 feet out. He gets it in there. Ball with it. Kicks to Moore. The pass to Holiday. From deep three-point range. Not going to go that time. Good D by Mitchell. Right side, Bogdanovich. Count it. Good. Bogdanovich has got his second basket of the game.
And Bogdanovich, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
Now Ball. He's got 6. Here's Holiday. He kicks to Hayes. The 15-footer. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Mitchell. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mitchell's got 7 now in this quarter.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Here's Ball. Here's Holiday. And again, no good by New Orleans. Bogdanovich against Moore. Bogdanovich, no luck. For New Orleans, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Ball with the bucket.
And the height of Ball really allows him to finish over the defense. Even when you make contact, he just seems to power through with his size.
And here is Conley. Mitchell outside. Conley finds Bradley. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. Pelicans with the rebound. Ball's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovic, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate. He's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Pass to Mitchell. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. The tray. And it's Bogdanovich again missing. The Pelicans have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Double team on Holiday. And stolen by Bogdanovich. In transition, here come the Jazz. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Nice finish by Donovan Mitchell. If you're the defense, you have to get back in a hurry and match up.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 8. And Moore kicks to Hayes. Pass to Okafor. Over Gobert. Rebounded by the Jazz. It's tipped. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
New Orleans making a switch here. Redick is checked in. And a switch here also for Utah. Niang's checked in. Now here is Conley. 5 to shoot. Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang. Niang's got 6.
Finding a man wide open, Mike Conley does an exceptional job of leading this team.
Pass to Okafor. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's the break. Here's Bogdanovich. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bogdanovich has got 7 points for the quarter.
After putting up zeros in the first half, he is making up for it big time now.
Ball with it. Left side, Redick. Puts up a three. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. Utah's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. New Orleans on D. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. You look at Utah, 4th in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season. And checking out New Orleans, they're down there in the 10th spot.
And seeing where Utah is, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I agree. As good as they've been, they do seem like they're missing that true killer instinct that sets the great teams apart from the good ones.
Jazz shooting about 33%, not happy with their play on that end. Ball against Moutier. Williams-Goss, the pass to Moutier. Shot clock at 6. Here's Williams-Goss. Nice jump shot. Good. Williams-Goss has got his second basket of the night. Pelicans leading by 22. Now Ball. He's got 8. Outside Holiday. That 3 off the mark.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1 3, and that was in the first half.
No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Holiday. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Hayes with the steal. Over Moutier. The shot's good from Hayes. Hayes has got 10 points.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
So it's Utah now. Here's Williams-Goss. He averages about 5 points a game. Gobert can't hit.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And Ball sets up his teammates, and when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
Now here's Clarkson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Good on the 13-footer. Clarkson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
New Orleans making some changes here. Derek Favors checked in for Okafor. Williamson comes in for Hayes. And it's Ingram in for Drew Holiday. And Utah with a change here, too. Davis is checked in for George Niang. Redick. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for Utah. Here's Clarkson. No good on the triple. New Orleans has gotten blank from 3-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And that one's good. Williams-Goss. Williams-Goss has got 4 this quarter.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. There's the pass to Redick. Favors with the ball. Passes it to Ball. from downtown. He's off on that one. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul. And so it's New Orleans, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Jazz shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Their backcourt, Ball and Redick. And it's Ingram in at the 3. That's the Pelicans 5.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? It's Redick on the wing. Three-pointer. And Davis pulls it down.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And here is Ball. Ingram outside. New Orleans moving it around. Redick for 3. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Stand with it, and Gobert with the high-flying tip dunk.
New Orleans leading by 20. Ball kicks to Favors over Gobert, and it's Favors that time on the assist by Ball. Ball's got his 8th assist in the game. Well, Steve, we keep seeing new arenas and new state-of-the-art training facilities. As a player, what do you value more, home court or the practice court?
Kevin, I really think it's the practice court because you spend so much time there. But a lot of times now, franchises have both, the home court and their practice facility right inside the arena. If you can have the practice court at an all-time high, something guys like and love, they'll spend a lot of time there.
Utah's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And it's Williamson with the rebound. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And he uses the glass on the layup.
This is just one of many areas where Redick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good quality shots.
Now here's Moutier. Favors brings the double. Clarkson on the wing, all alone. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Left side Favors. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 9th assist in the game now. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Williams-Goss. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Just good aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
Ingram passes to Redick. A 3-ball. Rebound, Utah.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
Steve, for players, success brings so many opportunities, but sometimes the glitz and the glamour and the lifestyle get in the way of success on the basketball court?
You know it does, Kevin. A lot of these guys have a lot of things going off the court, and you want to encourage that. It's just when anything off the court starts to affect on the court, then it becomes a problem. Some guys can handle it from the beginning. Others need to mature before they can find that balance.
And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
And Mitchell drops them both. And at 6'3", Donovan Mitchell able to play shooting guard or point guard. Smitty, what do you think is his best position?
You know, Kevin, he will tell you he can do both. Versatile enough to play and defend multiple positions, but I like him at the two-guard position.
Drills it from outside. And that's 13 points for Brandon Ingram.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first three of the game comes here in the second quarter.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. They get a hand on it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Mitchell against Redick. Now, here's Mitchell. Tight defense on him. Yep, that one goes in there.
I don't know what coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
Now here's Favors. Over Gobert. Off the left rim and out.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
Conley against Ball. And it's Ingram with the rebound. Pelicans leading by 20. Ball kicks to Williamson. Redick for three. And Davis pulls it down.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. For New Orleans, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Ball, the pass to Williamson. Here is Favors. He feeds it to Williamson. Off target at the rim.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look. But this is why we play the game.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Ingram right side. Takes the three. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
No stopping Ingram when he's in a rhythm like this, especially when he gets a pass in a spot he loves to pull from.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
Pelicans leading by 19. Ball with it. Ingram outside. Back to Ball. Double by Bogdanovich. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Mitchell. Lays it up off the glass.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Now Ball. Ingram outside. It's Redick on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Favors. Rebound Utah. Davis has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Conley against Reddick, and the shot goes down. 6 points for Mike Conley.
You know, he called his number that time. Mike Conley picking apart the defense off the pick and roll.
Here's Ball. And here is Williamson. Kicks it to Ingram. Over Bogdanovich. And Ingram with the basket on the assist from Williamson. Ingram's got 8 points in the quarter. Jazz trail by 17. Now, here's Mitchell. Outside Conley. Lets it go from deep. And Derek Favors pulls it down. Favors is... It's Ingram on the wing. And the dunk by Williamson.
And this is what we came to see, right? Go ahead, Zion. Do your thing on the alley-oop.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Pass to Mitchell. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Williamson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That is his first foul of the game. Drew Holiday's checked in for J.J. Redick. Here's Favors. Feeds it to Williamson. And Davis sends it back. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. Shot from the inbound. Ball no good. Jazz trail by 19. Here's Mitchell. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Holiday has it in the corner. And the Pelicans miss again. The Jazz shooting about 43% here in the 4th quarter. Stolen by Ball. Pushing it up. Favors with the ball. Picked up by Davis.
Watch out. When Favors gets loose around the rim, he can pound it.
Here's Conley. And the Jazz call time here. Smitty, with players like Curry and Lillard taking such high difficulty shots from deep range. I mean, these are just amazing. Some have said that it's hurting the game and that kids will try to emulate. What do you think about that?
You know, Kevin, I think it is to some point, and to this point where so many kids now at a younger age are shooting the 3-ball from so deep. I would love for a lot of these guys to be able to show the work they put in, and then those kids try to emulate that.
Gobert finds Davis. The Jazz working the ball around now. Bogdanovich passes to Gobert. Another shot. Trying to get open is Davis. And he lays it up and in. Gobert's got 10 points here in the second half. Pelicans leading by 19 points. Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Ingram. Lets the 3 fly. Drops in the tray. Ingram's got 11 points in the quarter.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
Here's Mitchell. Out of hand on it.
And when Zion blocks it, you feel it. He's got this kind of power behind these swats.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that. That's just great court recognition there. He saw the D pack in the lane on the break, so he calmly rolls up and drained the transition 3.
Now here's ball. The pass to Williamson. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
Jazz trail by 19. Mitchell outside. Passes to Conley. Over ball. Conley's shot is off. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And there's the call on Zion Williamson. And that'll be his third foul so far. The Jazz shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Conley dishes to Gobert. To the paint. And Conley gets it to go. The assist from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 5 assists tonight.
One of Conley's calling cards, getting into the paint and converting, even though he's often the smallest guy on the floor.
Now here's Williamson. And the Pelicans miss again.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for New Orleans.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Zion Williamson.
When it comes to protecting the rim, there are numerous ways to do that. The most exciting of those, just send shots back. And that's what he did tonight in volume.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Hart, defended by Moutier. Hart the pass to Okafor. Miller, that's for 2. Gets to the corner and buries it. And the Pelicans lead by 15.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
9 feet out. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalil, here at home with a competitive matchup. What got you guys over the top tonight?
To stand together as a team, playing as hard as we could. The fans were great, and we wanted to play good for them.
And you surely did, Jalil. Thanks a lot for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.